Beast is a recently released monster thriller directed by Baltazar Komakur. I think that's how you say his name. I would look up films like Everest and Two Guns and Contraband. That's a little bit of his recent work. It stars Idris Elba and Charlton Copley and Leah Woods or Williams and Iyana Halley. I hope I'm getting all their names right. It also stars a big CGI lion, and also this makes me wonder, like, how hard would like a solo Beast movie go? Like, you guys know Beast from X-Men. Like, what if he had his own solo movie? I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud here. Beast is a really straightforward and simple premise. It follows Idris Elba, who plays a doctor named Nate, and his two daughters. After his wife passes away from a terminal illness, he decides to take his daughters to the village where his wife grew up in Africa. Once they're there, they meet Charlton Copley, who was best friends with his wife and also was best friends with him, and they decide to explore this region. And while they're exploring this region, they get stalked and then eventually attacked by a rogue lion, and it becomes like a desperate fight for survival out in the wilderness against this lion who wants to kill these people at all costs. Sometimes there's beauty in the simplicity, and there's beauty in the simplicity of a movie of Idris Elba and his family going up against a lion. There's nothing else that's added into the movie to like shake things up, but you could find good entertainment in that premise. You definitely saw this type of movie in the 90s and maybe the early 2000s. Hell, you saw a movie like this a few years ago. You guys remember Crawl? It's that movie where there's this girl and her father are stuck in this house during a hurricane. The house is flooded and there's like a gigantic alligator, crocodile. I'm getting my cold-blooded reptiles mixed up. The point is, there was a big ass dial that was in the house that was trying to attack her and her father. I thought that was a pretty entertaining movie too. Definitely you could take a simple premise and you could make it work if there's enough excitement, if there's enough thrill, if it's executed the right way. One of the things that definitely made this movie stand out is the direction. I love what Baltazar was doing with this movie visually. He would take normal scenes in this movie and he would add to the intensity of it with a lot of long extended takes without a lot of cuts, a lot of edits. It allowed things to stay grounded with the characters and allowed you to see a lot of things from the character's perspective. Like, a lot of times when you see the lion in this movie, you don't see a whole bunch of big, huge, wide shots or whatever. You just see the lion as it's attacking these people. Let's be honest, as good a premise as this is and as exciting as it is to see people going up against a lion, like, that could be boring after a while, but the camera work and the innovative way that they decided to shoot this lion really added to the intensity and kept it burning for a little bit longer. It doesn't really matter if it's a shitty movie. Idris Elba is really good in that shitty movie, and he was really good in this movie as this doctor who's just trying to do everything he can to keep his daughters safe. Charlton Copley's really good in this movie too, and I like the family dynamic and I like the characters and their relationships with each other. I thought there was enough emotion and enough baggage there to make me feel invested in what was going on with these people. Fun fact, Idris Elba actually came out and said that his own daughter auditioned for a role in this movie, but that him and her didn't have natural chemistry. That shit is crazy to think about, dog. Like, how is somebody gonna tell you that you don't have chemistry with your own daughter? Like, maybe this is a cover-up. Maybe she's not that good at acting. I like to be positive and I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. So maybe she is good at acting and maybe it was just kind of an awkward thing. Maybe they were trying too hard to be like family because it's a natural thing. I'm not really sure how that would work. Unfortunately, when you have a premise like this, like I said, it's really gonna be drawn out and dragged out because there's only so much you can do with that. Not much you can add to it to make it more interesting. As a result, you're gonna see a lot of cliches and a lot of predictable shit start to happen in a movie like this. A lot of the tropes associated with a man versus beast type of genre. Oh, man versus beast. Okay, I see why they called it Beast now. Don't judge me, it's been a long day. Either way, I would say the bigger problem is that there are so many moments with characters in this movie where you can tell that the script is telling them to make a really, really dumb decision because we have to prolong the runtime in a movie like this. I'm not saying I want all characters to like make perfect sense and make perfect decisions in every movie, but holy shit, when you start making them over and over and over again, it starts to add up, especially in a movie that's not really that long and doesn't really have a lot of other stuff going on for it where you could kind of ignore that type of shit. It's one of those things where you're just watching some of these characters, you're just like, that is like literally the dumbest decision that you could make in that situation. What the hell were you thinking? To go along with the tropes, obviously nothing works, radio, cell phone, stuff like that. So you know that they're going to milk the hell out of this premise, and they did that in this movie. Guys, overall, I had a fun time with Beast. It's not a great movie. It's not like, you know, a movie that I'm gonna highly recommend or anything, but for what they were trying to go for, I actually found some solid entertainment here. Nothing special, but I'd say it's worth a watch. I'm gonna leave this one in the Daily Planet. What is your favorite monster movie movie of the last, let's just go decade. What's your favorite monster movie of the last decade? Leave that in the comment section down below. Please like and subscribe to the Superfan Show, and if you like what you see, tell me how you feel, and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace.